Teen figure skating sensation Kamila Valieva's career hangs in the balance over a failed drug test that has prompted severe criticism of Russia. Many fans were furious at how the 15-year-old came to have a prohibited substance in her system, blaming coaches, medics and authorities rather than the skater herself. Katharina Witt, a German figure skating great and two-time Olympic gold medalist, has added her voice to the growing outrage. Witt took to Facebook to say, quote, that the responsible adults should be banned from the sport forever. Valieva helped the Russian Olympic Committee win gold in the team figure skating event after becoming the first woman to land a quadruple jump in competition on Monday. But the medals were not awarded, and her success has been overshadowed by the results of a drug test taken in December, where she tested positive for banned substance trimetazidine used to treat angina. Russian athletes are already competing in Beijing without their flag and national anthem because of sanctions against the country for previous violations. Former World Anti-Doping Agency Deputy Director General Rob Kohler argues that Russia should have been given harsher penalties long ago.
This is a glaring example of why Russia needed to be suspended, because they needed to have a cultural change and embrace clean sport. Instead, they've just kind of made a mockery of the system. They're abusing athletes, and it's business as usual. And, shame on the organizations, WADA, the IOC, and CAS, for putting athletes in this position when they're under this type of leadership.
Spokesperson for the Kremlin, Dmitry Peskov, meanwhile, says the failed drug test is a misunderstanding.
We are absolutely, fully, without any doubt, supporting our Kamila Valieva and urge everyone to support her. And we say, Kamila, Kamila, don't hide your face. Hold your head up. You're a Russian. Go proudly and beat everyone.
The Court of Arbitration for Sport is now under pressure to hold a closed-door hearing on the matter and make a decision before Valieva competes in the singles event on Tuesday.
I think all those who value clean sport would absolutely be advocating for that. Many of us were disappointed in the initial state-sponsored doping that was exposed back in 2015, that those who orchestrated and conspired to abuse young athletes, just like we may be potentially seeing here all over again, walked away scot-free and weren't held accountable by either sport or their own governments. They, in fact, got promotions within their government ranks. So, of course, the Rodchenkov Act was designed and passed, thankfully, and had support from global athletes around the world for this exact scenario, if that's, in fact, what happened. And only time will tell when we learn more facts about exactly what is going on here. So the short answer is absolutely. Yeah, well, it's obviously really disappointing, and the wall of silence that the IOC and other global sport leaders have built is maddening, and it's exactly why the confidence of athletes and the public have continued to be eroded around this situation, and really a full accounting by an independent organization needs to be done to see what has happened in the past to get us to this point and what's going to happen moving forward. And it's either a sinister plot to continue the Russia state-sponsored cover-ups, or incompetence by leaders not to resolve a positive test going into one of the most important events of the world. And at the heart of it is a young athlete who's potentially being abused at the hands of the Russia state or sports system. And we've seen this story before, and it's finally time to wake up and do something about it.
I've been sort of trying to keep track of what's going on over the past 2 hours, but nothing had really seemed official, so I didn't really know. And especially over the past 2 days, any questions that I had, people would just be like, hey, focus on your event, focus on your skating. And then now I haven't actually heard anything yet. So whatever happens to be the case will be the case. But again, as I've said, I'm really proud of the way that Team USA put down. I personally am really lucky to have had the opportunity to get a medal here already. I do really hope that the rest of my teammates will be able to get a medal. Of course, they haven't even competed yet, so certainly there's a lot more opportunity for them. As I've been training with a mask for the past 2 weeks, I kind of completely forget what my face looks like. But yeah, I mean, after I hit the Lutz, I was already really happy, and it was more natural at that point. I didn't even have to really think about forcing myself to smile. It was just like I was having a really good time. I was having fun.
I think it's another provocation that Western countries organized against our country. I support Kamila and hope this conflict will be solved and that this kind of incident never happens again, but there's little likelihood.
Maybe they just want to eliminate rivalry and are using this to put our countrymates out of their way.
Doping at such a high level of a sports career is crazy, because whatever's done in the dark eventually comes to light. It's not just silly, it's suicidal to screw yourself, your teammates, your country. To whose advantage is it all? I don't know, maybe there are some political issues involved.
Я не знаю, возможно, это какие-то